Standing ready.
Waiting for orders. Sector space confirmed.
Sir? Leaving orbit. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Exiting orbit. Attacking, sir.
Obviously, that video got a huge response. You pulled more than a few punches. Why did you make the video that way?
Well, we saw some things going on in the industry that we didn't like, and we had a way of setting ourselves apart as an employer and positioning in the industry. So we were at about 100 people at the time in terms of employees, and we were having some problems getting our name out there and recruiting. Now we're at about 450 people, so I'd say it worked pretty well to get, just basically derived to get attention.
Did you ever get a reaction from Mark Pincus on this?
I mean, it wasn't directed towards Mark Pincus, it was just a hypothetical person. I don't know what you're talking about.
You've also got EA there, the old dude on the ventilator. We had Peter Moore on the show yesterday as well, who may well be the next CEO of EA. Talk to me about what makes you different. What are you doing right that Zynga is doing wrong?
Well, I'd say we're nimble, we're fast, we have the pulse on our market. I myself am definitely an avid gamer. I play all of our games. I play every game I can get my hands on. I feel like that we understand the users better and we can deliver content to them faster than others and be more efficient at it. And so that's what sets us apart.
You guys have been profitable for a couple of years now. Zynga's been in the red the last few quarters. What are they doing wrong?
I mean, I really can't speak to that since I haven't worked there, but I mean, we're in completely different markets. They're more focused on casual, short session games, primarily dominated by a female audience. We target more of the, quote unquote, hardcore gamer, much deeper engagement. Our average life of our users around a year plus. So it's a completely different thing. But I'd say they scale pretty fast. They have a lot going on. They have thousands of employees. That's a hard ship to steer and run. So I'm sure things can go wrong.
You think they scaled too fast?
Well, they certainly scaled fast. I guess if scaling is an issue and that's why that they're not profitable, then I'd say yes.
So You say your average revenue per daily active user is 20 times higher than Zynga's, that you brought in $100 million in revenue last year. What's it going to look like this year?
We're still predicting another 200 to 300% growth this year, possibly more. We've got over 8 games launching this year alone, so we've got a lot going on.
Where do you see the gaming industry going? I mean, I know, different companies target different kinds of people, but to a certain extent, it's about mind share. We had Peter Moore on the show of EA yesterday. He said he doesn't think they need to make a strategy shift. They just need to execute better. What do you think of that?
I think that's a horrible strategy. They absolutely have to adapt, and I do think John Riccitiello was smart into trying to get more of their revenue and sort of the digital, from digital markets, and if they don't continue to go down that road and get more of that share, then they're going to fail.
And I understand you have a new video coming out in 2013. What can you tell us?
So it's not a recruiting video. We thought that the last video was so effective at getting new recruits, we thought, well, let's try to get new gamers. So it's going to be more targeted to our consumer audience versus recruits.
What can we expect from Kixeye?
Lots of fun, more games, higher quality. It's just about ongoing iteration to make things better and better.
The holds are full.
Your orders.
We can't fit any more, sir.
Lock and load. Copy. We have a target.
Reporting. Open fire. Attacking, sir.
Hello space lovers and welcome to What the Math. This is Anton and today I'm taking a look at another Steam game called Vega Conflict. Now this is a bit of an unusual review because normally I would not take a look at a game that is technically a browser game, and this is originally, or was, a browser game and is also available on different platforms. I actually believe you can even play this on your iPhone. But on December 15th, 2015, which is only a few weeks from when I'm making this video, this game was released on Steam, so I decided to take a look at it because it had some really cool space fights in their video. And at first, to me, when I just started playing this, it seemed like yet another one of those browser games similar to games like Travian. But then I realized it's actually way more complex and way more fun than I initially anticipated. So let me just start with the beginning. I'm gonna go to my base and show you what it's like. So here, this is something we may have seen before. There's a base that you kind of build up by going in here and building different structures. So let's just build some miners. Construct these. If the construction doesn't take too long, you can usually do instant build for free. And here we go. Instant build. We can also upgrade this building, possibly even 2 times. The rest will cost us a little bit more money. And I can also construct these combat modules that are basically the protection for my base if someone decides to attack me. So here, this is where the game gets a little bit more complex. I'm actually going to go into this module for a second and click on Manage. Now you notice that it has a turret, and on the left side you'll notice that it has a tremendous amount of choice for what turret you can put into it. And this is where actually the game gets really complex. I'm gonna put the level 2 turret into it, so it's a little bit more powerful.
Reporting in.
Ooh, and I get level up, level 9. Yay! So let's see at the complexity that this game has. And here, if I go into any of the research labs, like for example the ship lab that I have, you'll be hit with a huge amount of different ships that you can research, and each of these has different levels as well. So there's upgrades for your hull, there's upgrades for your armor on every ship, base armor upgrade, cargo upgrade that basically allows you to carry more stuff. Also, if I go into attack lab, you'll notice that there's more upgrades for every shield type, base shield and ship shields, thruster upgrades, something called base specials that I haven't even touched yet, I don't even know what these are. Then you can go into arms lab and realize that there's so many different weapons you can upgrade, both for your base and for your ships. And I think this is actually what makes this game really unique, and that it's not just a browser type of game, it's actually a 4X game that allows you to create these tremendous complex fleets for your base. So let's actually continue. So let's just say we did a few research upgrades, and now we can actually produce new ships. We're going to go into ship factory here, and I'm going to choose one of the newer, let's see if I have any newly unlocked. No, I don't. I can't even use these yet. Okay, so we're gonna go for the second level called Harrier Frigate. We can actually, I believe we have an upgrade for it. Do we have it? No, we don't have an upgrade. I need to collect some more items to get an upgrade for it. And so here's our ship. So there is 4 different compartments that it has, and I can actually place different weapons into it. Now, let's just say I want this to be a missile carrier, missile frigate in this case. I'm gonna place 2 missile thingamajiggies here. Oh wow, it's almost at the limit. Now I'm going to make sure that it has the highest armor and also the highest level of shield. I think this is higher. Is this higher? Alright, so I have this new ship that I've just created. It's sort of like the new model, using completely new technology that I just researched. I can now build it. It's going to take me 11 minutes to build it. When it's down to about 5 minutes, you can actually click on instant research, which is usually free. If you actually do want to spend real money, you can obviously complete this instantly. And this is actually one of the downsides of this game. And you'll see a lot of people that are kind of bashing this game talk about that it is a little bit pay to win in a sense, because you can buy these coins, and that's basically if you're going to buy coins right here. If you decide to buy these coins and you pay money for them, you can essentially accelerate everything. You can get a tremendous amount of materials, you can get protection for yourself, you can get additional blueprints, you can even get something called commerce module that produces more coins for you every day specifically. I think it's like three a day or something like that. But this doesn't change the fact that even for a free-to-play game, this is actually super cool. And as long as you actually don't care about being the most competitive player and you just want to have fun with your friends, this allows you to do that. So anyway, so while our ship is building, let me just show you what happens afterwards. Then you go into the fleet bay, and there's a button here called Manage Fleets, and I already have 2 fleets that are pre-built before. They have different hulls, different types of ships, that is, and actually one of them might need an upgrade. Let me just double check. So yeah, if one of your ships needs an upgrade, you just click on the refit right here. Let's see if they're all upgraded. Oh, maybe they are. I think maybe they are up to date. And oh, look at that. This is the button I was looking for. Can I actually craft a Mark II upgrade for my ships? Oh no, I can't. I'm missing 3 of these badges that I can actually try to loot from the ships right now. Let's try to do that. So we're gonna go into this, manage the fleet. So alright, so this fleet is ready to go. We're gonna launch it. Actually, you don't have to do it this way. And this takes us to this over the planet view where, first of all, you can obviously attack other players, which you totally could do, but that's asking for trouble. And I'm not really going to do that. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to actually, this is someone attacking a target. I'm going to attack these guys. These are actually NPCs. These are not player targets. I'm going to send my ships toward them, and it's going to attack that ship. And here's the beauty of this game. This is something that I've never seen in other similar types of games. I can actually join the battle, and it will place me into this over-the-top, sort of a real-time strategy game, where you have anywhere between 6 and I've seen up to 10 ships, I think, and you can actually control them individually. Each of these ships is controlled individually. You can actually order them to attack targets. Let's do that. And oh boy, they have missiles. And let's try to destroy all of them if we can. And if not, that's bad. But basically here. Oh no, I lost one target, one ship. Yeah, they seem to be a little bit more powerful than me. And so, look at how awesome this is. You get an actual free-to-play game that has real-time strategy in it, where you have these ships that you create yourself, and then they get to battle out in real time against the enemy. That is really, really not good. I'm really losing this, aren't I? All right, so looks like my fleet is down, and that's okay. For some reason, normally, if you no. For some reason, normally, if you actually auto-resolve it, it will actually defeat the fleet. Well, that's because they're level 13, that's why. That makes sense. Let's just see how the AI does against them instead of me doing myself. So, alright, so my fleet was defeated, and so what happens next is that you go in here and you click on the repair button, and now it will actually repair using some of the materials that you have right here. It's going to use up some materials to repair the fleet. And the more complex the fleet, the longer it takes to repair. So, and this is actually where you do come to one of the disadvantages of this game, is that as you progress through levels and this becomes more complex, it takes actually longer and longer to do things. This will actually can be several hours with more complex fleets, which is a little bit unfortunate. But the good thing is that there's also these missions that kind of guide you through the game, and I've already completed some of them, so I can collect the rewards for these missions, and they'll give me extra resources that I do need. Ooh, look how many I have. Alright. Wasn't there another one? There you go. Nope. Okay, so these are some other missions I can try to complete. Ooh, name a fleet. Okay, I'll name a fleet. Like, how do I name a fleet? I've never actually... I didn't know I can name the fleet. Apparently I can. Let's go and name a fleet. So this fleet has now been... oh, here we go. There you go. Oh, name fleet. Haha. No. We can do better. Math is awesome. All right, there we go. So cool. This is cool. So this fleet is... oh, actually, look at that. I think this fleet actually, the second fleet, managed to... No, they actually lost. They also lost. I was about to say they won against the level 13 enemy, but they actually lost. So let's repair them as well. And we're going to send the newly repaired fleet to defeat these level 5 enemies instead, that I believe I can possibly, hopefully defeat. And you don't really have to do this manually, but it's kind of fun to try to figure out the best strategy, figure out how you're going to approach this.
Base.
And here we go. No. Attack these guys.
Fleet.
You attack this guy. Alright, there we go. Now let's just watch as this happens in real time. See, this is so much easier. I think we're actually a little bit over the level here. They're only level 5 and we're like level 11 or something. And here we go. So, we got some loot. We got, I think we might even get some special loot. No, not from this guy. And so this is what you can actually do in the beginning. Now, as you progress through levels, though, you notice that there's a button here called Leave Planet. You can actually click on this button, and it will take you to this sector. And this is where you actually get to fight even more players. So you basically can engage into these cross-planet battles where, let's just say you have an alliance on this planet called 12213, and you can actually fight against a tremendous amount of other players. And you hear there's like explosions everywhere. That's because there's all these battles going on from basically other alliances and other players battling out. Now, that's obviously not for everyone. I personally don't really like to battle other players as much as I like to just try to advance my own base and try to essentially create a very kind of a interesting dynamic with my fleet, basically work out the best fleet combination. And this is where this game actually does give me this opportunity. Because of the amount of different ships I can create here. So let's just say I have these missile ships. Now I want to create a rail driver ship. So let's put 2 rail drivers here. And this is going to be a slightly different ship that uses a slightly different build. and I'm going to build one of these as well. Now I'm going to, I can now basically go into my fleet manager and try to create a fleet that where I'll have a combination of rail ships and the missile ships, and then see how this works against the enemy. So it's kind of like a card game in a sense, where you actually get to basically try to work out the best possible combination for different types of fleets.
Standing by.
And then following all of this, you can obviously go into your main base, and here you can build more stuff. You can actually upgrade the base even further to get even more different buildings, different materials. Okay, I can't really update this yet. And so as you level up your fleets and as you level up your base, you'll get to fight more difficult enemies. You'll get to actually get these other resources from them, which are, I think, are displayed here. No, maybe not here. There you go, special resources that some of these enemies have. And did I win or did I lose? I think I lost again, and that's okay. And as you get these different badges and all of these, oh yeah, you can also bank your mine materials. And so as you get these different badges, what you can actually do with them is craft various upgrades for your ship. So right here I can actually get a Mark II carrier if I collect 3 more of these skull badges. And that's on top of all of the other upgrades that you actually have in this game. So basically, if you actually do like games that allow you to have a tremendous combination of different level ups and different achievements for your various fleets, this is a perfect opportunity to explore this game, because it's currently free to play. And despite it having some negative reviews about, you know, the actual coin system, where you do have to purchase coins if you want to accelerate things, if you want things to go faster. I think despite all of this, if you just want to have a game that you log into once in a while, fight a few battles on the map, and upgrade your base and possibly attack a few players next to you, or even join an alliance that allows you to kind of participate in various battles, I think this is actually a pretty awesome game to explore. This game also rewards you with different freebies, and also there's different events here every once in a while. And if you do log in every day, you get like free ships and free different resources that it provides you. But I think the best part about this game is that it's actually relatively easy to get into. It has a really complex yet relatively simple gameplay, and there's quite a lot of people playing it at the same time. And if you actually do get into this game seriously, you can join alliances. There's actually quite a lot of different alliances here, and some of them, you know, speak different languages as well. You can also just create your own alliance, and you can possibly even invite your friends and create a huge space alliance around your planet, and basically have a planet that is just for your alliance. But most importantly is that you actually get to cooperate with your friends using their fleets as well. Honestly, for me personally, the best part is right here. The fact that I can actually modify my fleets, and I can actually upgrade them just like in other 4X games, and I can then try to send them on different missions and see how they do against various enemies. That's what makes this game kind of fun for me. I do enjoy the fact that there's so many upgrades and there's so many different choices for me. One thing that I is countdown timers that I know will increase in time as I progress through levels. But for now, this game is kind of fun. For the first few days, it's actually relatively easy to play, and once you get to the part where it does become a tedium, that's when you may consider quitting. But since it's free to play, you haven't really lost anything, right? Anyway, consider trying this game, but I'm not sure how I feel about the coin system. I would probably recommend not buying the coins, because only will encourage the publisher known as Kixeye to actually implement more of these coin games. And this is not their first one either. Their first one was actually called War Commander, which I used to play back on Facebook. I think it was a Facebook game. But nevertheless, I do recommend you try this particular game called Vega Conflict, and the link for this game is available in the description. It's a Steam game. It's also available in different platforms. I believe it's even on iPhone, but on Steam it's actually kind of fun. Anyway, so that's it. That's for this game in a nutshell. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, check out some of the other space games I took a look at and reviewed on this channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you still haven't, and also share this video with your friends or people that you think may actually like this type of a game and may enjoy playing this. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We're gonna go and destroy this cargo ship, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, game you later, and bye-bye. Here comes the cargo level 5 ship. We're gonna try to destroy it. Engage all.
What's up, my precious little pack, and welcome back to Vega Conflict. So, the Dynasty event is a bit lackluster as always. They implemented more damage you can't avoid in the form of the Blitz garbage. And yes, it's not a Blitz Reaper, it's Blitz garbage, because it's not meant to be beaten by free-to-play players. It's meant for the pay-to-play, so that they can hit them, go back, repair the fleet, and go right back out.
Attacking top. We can't
I have no interest in doing any of them. And I noticed the co-op bounty hunt. It's only for the co-op targets for the elite ancient outposts, and that is the largest load of garbage that you're ever gonna see. That is really set up for coiners, because I can guarantee that most players that hit them, they're either gonna take massive repair time and log out immediately right after, or they're going to go back to the base, coin, and go right back out to continue stealing the stuff.
We have a target.
And getting the intel. So that isn't for any of us. As for the rest of the event, so far everything's actually been going smoothly since the 65s have become my main target to hit. I've only been taking about 3 hours per attack and triggering it actually fairly often. I've actually managed to get it down pat enough that I time it just right, and I take about 2 hours repair time for doing 2 of them. So an hour apiece.
Awaiting orders. Sir.
You guys see what I mean about timing in a second. I do apologize about what I'm going to be. I'm going to be very silent during this one for the good part while I'm focusing. But timing is everything.
Upgrade.
And this is how I've been timing it.
Upgrade completed. Upgrade completed. Upgrade completed. Upgrade completed. Upgrade completed. Upgrade completed.
Entire barrage wasted, just like that.
Upgrade completed.
If I had cutters, I would rush that one a little bit more quickly, which is what I intend to do. I intend to change the fleet layout. Here's what it's going to be. Carrier, 2 cruisers, 3 cutters. The first barrage goes out when the drones take out the first initial force, and the cutters go after the first one. The carrier and the cruisers go after the second one. Because right now I'm focusing on just getting them within range by using the carrier's support field. But that's literally it.
Upgrade completed. Upgrade completed. Upgrade. Upgrade. Upgrade completed. Upgrade. Upgrade
That only
completed.
4% damage thus far.
Upgrade completed. Upgrade. Upgrade
Come on, get them on
completed.
the...
Upgrade.
There you go.
Upgrade completed.
You boys.
Upgrade
Everything off.
completed. Upgrade.
The objective I'm doing is just focus on keeping the shields on your ships up. Just no matter what, make sure you're not taking direct full damage.
Upgrade completed. Upgrade completed.
Because I noticed that every time I do that, I take less than an hour of repair time when I manage to keep the shields active on the ship. I already started buying stuff yesterday night. Well, earlier this morning. The bombardment torpedo level 1. Next I'm going after is the harmonic phase, the exo phase shield level 1. Then I'm going to go after the twin fire beam level 1. Then I'll go after the harmonic beam capacitor level 3, and I'll call it good for that.